Back now live as we count down to the start of Game 1. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your Boston Red Sox.
A chance now to give you a look at the Padres starting lineup. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
Well, I love the way Eric Hosmer plays the game. The guy is in the middle of the lineup, and when he's in the middle, things just happen. Guys in front of him get on, he drives them in, and if not, he has the ability to get things started and set the guys up behind him. He's a force.
Chris Sale gets the call on the mound here at home for Game 1 of the World Series. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Thanks, Matt. Chris Sale, you're talking about one of the premier pitchers in the game of baseball. Big fastball, 95 to 98 miles an hour. Wipe out slider. Great comparison. He's the closest thing we've seen to Randy Johnson. A nightmare against lefties. Three-pitch guy, fastball, slider, and a changeup that's getting better all the time. He is a definition of a true ace.
So here's how the Bo Sox are positioning themselves defensively. And guys, can we lock in on the Gold Glover at third base? I've played this position. You got to do so many things. I mean, you have to have just the quickest hand.
Leading off for San Diego, third baseman, Brandon Durham.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out.
Hey, great swing right there. I know the ball's foul, but he absolutely laced that pitch right there. He's just got to stay back a little bit longer.
Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Patrick Johnson.
Yeah, Dan, we got Patrick Johnson behind the dish. And a fairly standard strike zone most of the time, but he's definitely a pitcher's umpire.
I always felt like this. He'll give a little bit on the corners, both inside and outside. I think he's a fair umpire, but I would rate him more as a pitcher's umpire than a hitter's umpire.
Hey, some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is...
Striding in once again, Brendan Durham. He singled his last time up.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. In the air, out to right. Martinez has a read on it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brendan Durham. He flew out in his last at-bat.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by one. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Well, this will be taken in out there at short, and that's the first out of the inning. Ready once again, Brendan Durham.
Brandon Durham.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. And it's gone into the monster seats. So it's a solo shot to dead center. His first homer so far in the series. And they cut the gap here. It's now 6-4.
Well, people always wonder why some players make so much money. And there's your answer. The great ones find a way to...
And fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, you want to make sure you bring the A game. We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. Game 2 of the World Series between the San Diego Padres and the Boston Red Sox. It's going to be fun marveling at two of the best in the game, and it's next on MLB Network. Eduardo Rodriguez will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in and out. And anytime you have 4 pitches, if you can throw them for strikes, you have the big advantage.
Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2022 Boston Red Sox.
And here's a chance to look at the starting 9 for the visiting San Diego Padres. Who are you focused on, Dan Plesac?
Well, you better look out for that cleanup spot. This guy's hitting over 450 his last 10 games. He's the guy I'm watching, but not only in this game. I watched him in batting practice too, and he was hammering the ball. When you get on a kind of a roll like he is right now, his confidence is soaring, and right now he's seeing the ball great.
Eduardo Rodriguez is on the mound for Game 2. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, in a day and age where we don't see very many complete games, 6 really good innings in his last start to pick up the win, and I think they'll be happy if he can duplicate that again in this one.
Line drive to center field. Hendricks is right there, 1 down. Digging in for his second at-bat, Brendan Durham comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And trouble it is. It's down for extra bases. And now he'll try and scurry back to first, but the throw rings him out to drop. Ready for another chance, Brendan Durham. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Nat. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. Digging in and looking for more, Brendan Durham. He's 2 for 3 thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Line toward the alley and left center. That gets down, and the inning will continue. And the go-ahead run will score from second as they've taken the lead here in the late going. And he is in there.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late innings, man, that feels good.
Oh, it especially does, especially when you start to score runs late in the game off of quality pitching. When runs are at a premium, that's one makes you feel really good about yourself.
And fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, you want to make sure you bring the A game, and this man right here certainly did. He's our top player of the game.
And Matty, I think you're absolutely right.
Live from Petco Park on a beautiful night, this is Major League Baseball on MLB Network. It's Game 3 of the World Series between the Boston Red Sox and the San Diego Padres. Going to be an interesting contrast in styles in this one as one of baseball's hardest throwers goes head-to-head with a top finesse arm. Next, Mike Foltynewicz gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, in a day and age where we don't see very many complete games, 6 really good innings in his last start to pick up the win, and I think they'll be happy if he can duplicate that again in this one.
The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2022 San Diego Padres.
And now here's how the visiting Red Sox line up in this one. Dero, what you got on this lineup tonight?
Well, Matt, this goes for both lineups. They know they're dealing with a tough test in a pitcher's park, but they can't let that bother them too bad, or they'll walk out of here a 3-4 game set 0 for 12, 0 for 15. They have to find a way to stay within themselves, line drive approach. One will carry out of here if they get it. So here's how the San Diego Padres are positioned defensively. Guys, the person I want to focus on is Eric Hosmer. This guy is coming into his own from the offensive standpoint, but don't get it twisted. This is a Gold Glove first baseman that makes the game look easy on the defensive side.
Leading out for the Padres, third baseman, Brendan Durham.
First delivery to him on the way. Popped him up. Swihart is in his tracks now. And very quickly, one gone. And it'll be the cleanup spot for the Padres. Brendan Durham comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Here comes the first pitch. And it's fouled away. The 0-1. And this is on the ground is short. Could be 2. 1 there. Back to Rizzo, and they get out of it here. Digging in to try it again. Brendan Durham. He's batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just a single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
Attaboy, make the turn here. Make the turn.
Here it comes on 0-2. Skied into straightaway right. On the move is Martinez. He's there and records the first out. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Brendan Durham. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Brendan Durham.
Here's the first pitch to him. Very weakly on the ground, but it gets foul. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Bounce towards the mound. Throw on to first, and the Padres are down to their final out now. This one definitely a low-scoring affair as we get one last look at our final line score. And fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, Live from Petco Park.
Leading out for the Padres, third baseman.
Now the first pitch here from Price. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
Hey, boys, you talk about getting your ace swing off. That's what it looks like right there. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
Hit high and deep out to left field. Well, that'll stay in the park as it's off the left field wall. The relay, but it won't be in time, and it's a leadoff double.
Hey, this guy's having a big series in the postseason. It looks like to me that the moment isn't too big for him. He's slowing the game down.
Trying to pick things up where we left off. Brendan Durham. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Hendricks has a play. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and head for third. And he'll get into third here on the fly out, so he's 90. Next to the plate for the Padres, Brendan Durham. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. First pitch coming, here it is. Hit hard. Foul. Here's the 0-1. Now a swing and a deep drive to left. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. His second home run of the series. And it's now a 6-1 ball game. Ready to take his hacks again, Brendan Durham, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up. First offering on its way. Shot weakly to the left. And a good throw gets him one gone. One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. And fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, you want to make sure you bring the A game, and this man right here certainly did. He's our top player of the game.
And Matty, I think you're absolutely right. Some guys just seem to thrive under the bright lights of the World Series, while other guys fade into the background. He was brilliant in this one.
MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's the pivotal Game 5 of the World Series. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
Leading out for the Padres, third baseman, Brendan Durham.
Sale has his target. First pitch on its way. Way in front of that fastball.
Hey, boys, you talk about getting your ace swing off. That's what it looks like right there. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. Digging in now for San Diego, Brendan Durham comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. No balls and 1 strike.
He wasn't fooling anybody with that fastball. He barreled it up nice right there. He's just got to find a way to keep it fair.
The windup and the 0-1. Oh, this is hit high and deep out to left. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back.
That's one of those pitches you wish you could take back as soon as it leaves your hand. But guess what? There are no delete or rewind buttons in baseball. That's
ready for another shot now, Brendan Durham.
And that last at bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So I might want to move that ball up and down and in and out and try not to throw it right down the middle of the plate. Wow, the Padres have been scuffling so far. They need to get a big hit, and it's about time somebody comes through right about now.
Swing and a line drive to left. And that's in there. Base hit.
On the back. Find the ball. Find the ball.
And he's in safely to third as a run also comes in to score, making it a 2-run ball game.
Hey, this guy's having a big series in the postseason. It looks like to me that the moment isn't too big for him. He's slowing the game down, and he looks terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Postseason monster right here, having a huge series. Any big leaguer can have their moment mid-May, but to do it when it gets cold outside means everything.
So that brings in the power-hitting middle infielder, Paul DeJong. 2-1 the count. Hosmer on third. Durham is at second with nobody out. And this is swung on and missed. And boy, they took care of a key man there. 1 away. Digging in once again, Hunter Renfroe, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Slider, and it's off his glove, and it bounces away. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. Here now the 2-2 is looked at, and the count moves full. And he looks at one that misses, ball 4, so that'll load him up, but at least the double play is in order here with 1 away. Digging in now, Manuel Margot. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Working for the punch out and the offering, and he fouls this one off. And he got him. So 2 outs now, and with 1 big out still to go, they may be able to get out of this mess with the lead intact. So coming to the plate, James McCann. It was a walk in his last trip. The 0-2 home has to fight to stay alive as this is fouled off to the right.
I love the fact that the hitter was able to foul that pitch away. I always thought with 2 strikes, you give the pitcher that inside part of the plate and you do your best to cover away.
Count is 1-2 now. Two out, bases loaded. It's a 2-2 count to the Padres catcher.
This is a huge pitch right here. I don't think he wants to go 3-2 and have those runners be in motion. Look for him to be aggressive with what he thinks is his best pitch right now.
Still even at 2-2. And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Ryan Butcher will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7th spot in the lineup following the double switch. Travis Jankowski will also come on now as he'll move into the pitcher's number 9 hold here on that double switch. Fouled away. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. This one's flared out toward left. And there's a base hit, so maybe some insurance here to lead off the 7th. And he's out trying to stretch it into a double, so a costly mistake here leading off the inning. Leading off the inning, Brendan Durham. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
Hey, some guys can handle a postseason life.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Brendan Durham. And their season hangs in the balance here as they're down to their final out. Here's the first pitch. Very weakly on the ground. It's foul, strike 1. Runners at the corners, 2 men out.
Come on, come on, come
Ground
on,
ball sent back up the middle. And it's Bedlam in Beantown. The Red Sox are once again world champions.
Wow, World Series champions. The only thing that could have made this sweeter would have been doing it in front of the home crowd. But hey, they're not complaining, believe me. Now they can look forward to celebrating during the parade.